After that, I lose interest, fuck it. What's winning, you guys? It's Coach Cale, your certified life and wellness coach, and I'm here to answer some questions from Reddit today about goal setting. I think goal setting is one of the most important things you can do with your career and your life to move forward. And I have 5 easy steps you can get started with right now. So let's get going. So Redditor LayDownYo writes, what to do if I procrastinate on self-made goals on which I am motivated about, but couldn't do them for the long term. He goes on to say what to do if I make a decision to follow my schedule of productive things. And I know that when the time comes, I need to remind myself or set a cue to begin it. And they don't work. Not even alarm clocks, not even intention implementations. What do you call those? For example, if I go home after I work, I eat, I stretch, and I do sets of exercises or something like this. Or after I get a bit of eating or stretching exercises, I will turn to my workout activities or studying something, whatever. Okay. I can't get it to work. I still procrastinate. Not only to get myself to exercise, but language learning is also kind of constipated activity, even if I start with kindergarten stuff. When I get in the proximity of these planned activities, I always say, why the fuck should I even bother? And it's not true that I'm not motivated, because I do want to be more fit and want to be an expat sometime soon. So there is like an underlying need to change, but it's just the implementation that seems to be suffering a little bit. I even tried to make it a habit so it becomes hassle-free, but I can't get to do it for more than 4 to 7 days in a row, or only every second day, but not for long. After that, I lose interest, fuck it. Yeah, this is an interesting struggle. You're not alone, because a lot of people in this world go through this. And I'm going to run down 5 things that have helped me to improve my goal setting and achievements. And hopefully that'll help you figure out what you need to do to get yourself going. So let's do this. The first thing you should do is figure out your why. This is something that we fail on often because we think about the goal, the end result, but we don't know why we're actually doing things. So figure out, like, what's your motivation? Why do you want to, get up in the morning? Like, okay, let's say, or why do you want to go live in another country as an expat, right? So what's that reason? I would say, let's say, for example, if you want to be an expat, you want to earn more money or do better things with your career. And that could be a powerful motivator if you want to go forward with your goals. 2, get one of these. Get yourself a journal and start writing your goals down there. Also, if you figured out your why, as we talked about in the first section here, put that in there, and then have that as your first splash page, the first page you see before you start implementing your goals. And so we're going to go in a little bit into detail about like how to break down your goals, but this is a great way to start. And of course, if you don't like the analog method that I'm using, you can always try something like Notion, Google Sheets, or Trello. So there are multiple ways to actually go about doing this in digital form. And in your journal now, you got to start breaking down your goals, like a very itemized way. Like, how would you actually implement something that you feel emotionally attached to? So let's say you want to move to another country. So now you got to think about, okay, what do I have to do? Do I have to get a new visa? Do I have to look for a new job? Figure out your micro goals that count towards the bigger goal. And then just start implementing those little tiny goals that are achievable in a given time. 3, visualize. Start visualizing yourself as a person that lives in another country. Or, if I saw that you mentioned exercising, so like visualize yourself being a super fit person in a year. Just like, as long as you visualize yourself achieving those goals, it's much easier to hack that lack of motivation that you're feeling. Visualization is a tool that's used by Olympians all the time when they're competing. Like, that, like let's say an Olympian wants to cross the finish line first, they're going to visualize themselves crossing that finish line. And because of that, they can achieve and push their body and their mind to actually go past that finish line and win the race. The fourth thing you can do is habit stacking. Habit stacking is an amazing tool to fix your mindset. And I think you mentioned in the Reddit post there that you do actually go through a little bit of habit stacking right now in your life. But habit stacking, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, and those things can help you immensely, immensely to fix your mindset and your apathy. So it's all about getting those little dopamine hits in your brain. And so the way you do that is by, let's say you're making your bed. First thing you wake up, you make your bed, boom, dopamine hit. You work out, dopamine hit. You write down your goals and you see what you've achieved the day before, dopamine hit. These things can cascade towards changing your mindset in a very effective way. There are two very important books you should read about habit stacking. One is called Atomic Habits, and the second one is called Make Your Bed. Those two books will be linked in the video down below, and make sure you go and get yourself a copy. The fifth tool in your tool set, and the most important tool I think you can have, is an accountability buddy. Find somebody in your friend group or somebody on any public forum to see if they can be your accountability buddy, and have those check-ins once a week. It's the most important thing you can do, because if you're accountable to someone, you can always make sure that you do the things that you said that you would do. And that way, you can make sure that you achieve the goals that you need to do. Also, there's an app called Stick that I've used in the past. I put a link to it down below. And that app uses money, actually just like betting systems, so that you can actually bet on yourself to finish a task. And you can add an accountability buddy in there to make sure that you meet your goals. Thanks for joining me for this episode. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that beautiful notification bell. I'll be doing 2 episodes a week for the foreseeable future. So join the movement and let's be better.